OCO everyone, OCO. So today's topic is going to be on positive toxicity, and I'm going to start off by reading something that I had posted on social media. So basically what inspired me to talk about positive toxicity is because I feel like it's a trend and a lot of individuals is running with it, and I feel like personally it's unhealthy. So it just brought me to have a discussion about it. So I posted on Twitter and Facebook that positive toxicity, the trend, irritates me. And on Instagram, I put this exact same status, but under that, it was a caption that I gave an example to, which is like pretending you're happy when you're not is a form of self-harm and neglect. Some individuals force themselves to be happy to avoid being questioned. What's to be said about? From emotionally unavailable beings. Let's not talk about positive toxicity. That's a different topic. That's what I said under my caption, but yeah, that's a different topic that I am going to talk about right now. So my connotation of positive toxicity is simply using good to present bad, in the sense to attack one's emotional state of being. That's how I view positive toxicity. Like, I'm gonna use some personal examples. Like, I was minding my business. Matter of fact, it don't even have to be me. Let's talk about a trend. So I was on Twitter, and they have like every social media platform have like an explore page where you just explore the hot topics and just like what people talking about or whatever. So I was on Twitter version of the explore page, right? And I'm noticing that a lot of people saying they're happy here on this planet, and it's like, that's cool, you're happy. And I realized that a lot of them was saying that under like people comments who is battling with depression and doesn't see happiness here on this earth. And like, I screenshot it just in case anybody think I'm lying. Like, I really screenshot it. I don't know if I'm gonna post it or not, because it's other people's name on there, and I might have to get their permission or whatever. So to avoid that, I just won't post it. But I'm gonna talk about it though. And plus, I don't know if yeah. You'll be surprised who you disliked by. You don't even have to know people in order for people to dislike you. But anyway, yeah. So I found that kind of suspicious in a way. Like, if this person not happy here on this earth, why should your reply be, "I'm happy here"? Okay, that person didn't ask you. And I'm like, I'm noticing that a lot of people say that now. I don't know why that's a trend. And I'm not knocking nobody that is happy. If you found happiness externally, good for you. Speaking of externally, I'm gonna mention something that I post on Twitter. See, this is all coming from Twitter. What I'm about to say. Hold on, just a sec. So let me see. I tweeted, my happiness is internal. It's damn sure not external. So that came from at the seeing all that. And it's like, individuals, it's like, how can I say this in the most profound way I could possibly say it? I'm gonna just be blunt and correct myself along the way if it's incorrect or whatever, or it came out how I didn't want it to come out. I just correct myself along the way. So here it is. If you find happiness on this planet, good for you, because for one, you're not an empath. That's what that shows me. And because me as an empath, I feel everything. I feel when something is not right. It's not right on this planet. I'm not friend to pretend to be happy on a planet I'm not satisfied being on. I'm just not. It's so much going on. And to be fair, majority of my frustration is coming from being at a place that I don't want to be and trying my best to get out of that place to be where I want to be physically. And a lot of individuals look at that as, oh, you complaining now, but if you get what you won't be complaining then. Not in the multitude that I am now, but I feel like having what I want will not measure my happiness, because there's always other trials and errors to come. There's always new tests. You complete one level just to enter another level. I feel like I'm always going to be balanced in the sense where there are going to be moments I am going to be sad. There are going to be moments that I will be happy. But I'm not going to force certain emotions just to satisfy other individuals. Because one thing I realized is, as living souls, a lot of individuals don't know how to have sympathy. Notice I didn't say empathy. You don't have to know how an individual feels to relate to them. You could just simply see that they're hurting and, ask them, are they okay? Or if you can't help them, assist them to someone who can. I just feel like as individuals, a lot of individuals don't know how to respond to mental health in a healthy way. I personally feel like as individuals, there shouldn't be no bashing someone who mental state is at a different state than yours. I just feel like that's unfair to do such thing. And it can be very annoying and very bothering to me mentally. And I'm going to do a part 2 because I want to see what I have to say about positive toxicity when I'm in a whole different predicament than I am now. And then just compare the two and just see where my head at then. But I know as of right now, this is another thing about positive toxicity. As of right now, my perspective is different. And there's something else I want to talk about in regards to positive toxicity. Everyone positivity is not full of, it's not healthy. And there was I wouldn't say it's a meme, but there was like a picture. It was like, and there was a caption on it, and someone just captured the whole thing and re-uploaded it. Hold on. It should be on my Instagram, so I'm gonna check. Hold on just a moment. So yeah, hold on just a moment, because I want to talk about this too. So it's not on here. Then where is it at? And I just feel like this was so relatable and current to what I'm talking about and what I'm going through, because a lot of individuals don't get it. I might just make a visual about it, because it really is an issue that is transpiring more than ever now. And all of a sudden I can't find it. It's somewhere on here that I do know. I'm just having a hard time finding it. It was like a picture of a pie. Okay, here we go. And Erica Campbell posted from Mary, the gospel group. Okay, so this what it said. So there was a picture of a pie. It was a full pie, sliced in like 8 pieces, and near the middle, a piece was taken out near the middle, and it's like a triangle shape. And one thing I noticed about that piece being taken out, that left two pieces, and it was how it was taken out. It was like taken out in the middle, so it left two pieces of the pie short ended. Like two pies were short and the other ones were regular size. And the caption said, "This should be easy to understand how freedoms work." This person took his part of the pie out, but it affected others negatively. He exercised his freedom, but in the injustice to others. Freedoms can't be exercised as every individual wants without looking at unjust to others. Just disappears when you harm others. An example of bad exercise of individual freedom. I feel like this can tie into positive toxicity as well, because you're measuring your positivity and what makes you happy with someone else's perspective. Everyone's freedom is not the same, just as well as everyone's positivity is not the same. What's positive to you could be negative to me. For example, it makes certain individuals happy to put other individuals in misery. I kid y'all not. Like it literally, it's like it gives them an adrenaline rush. I look at it as an addiction. I can call it narcissism, gaslighting, manipulation. Use terms like that to describe it in better ways. For better lack of terminology. And I noticed that, like, some people get a thrill, get a rush, a push out of just being negative. Like, I know someone personally will just wake up wanting to get something out their chest, just want to argue with people. And then right after they argue, they'll still be mad for a little bit. But afterwards, they'll be just so happy that they did it. While the other individual is stuck on being clueless. Like, why did this person choose violence? Like, that's not healthy. But you don't seem to care. You look at it as relieving stress. But no, you're really just transforming your stress to someone else. How is that healthy? How is that positivity? First and foremost. How is that positivity? It's sickening. It's sickening when I really analyze it. It's just really sickening. Like, how could you live with yourself? That's something I don't even want to. I get it, because like I said, I look at it as an addiction. I get it. I just don't accept it, and that's the bottom line. Like, I keep saying, how could someone? But I see how they could. It feels good for them to be negative. And there's another individual that I know of. Retarded individual, I'm telling you, like mental ill. Need to get checked out. Love being messy. Love doing slick stuff like I don't notice. They get a kick out. They get a kick out of that. And one thing I realized, there's two types of I don't want to say victim, because most are survivors, not victim. Because another terminology, another word for victim, a synonym for victim is loser. And I didn't lose nothing. I made it out of. Let's be clear. So most individuals are survivors, not victims. Some are victims. I consider someone a victim who becomes a victimizer. And that's exactly what this individual has become. You went from a victim to a victimizer. There's two type of people who experience trauma. You have those who come out empaths. They know how I feel to be mistreated, so they try their best not to mistreat others. And then on the flip side, you have those who been mistreated so bad to the point that they feel like they should do it first before it's done to them again. Them two different mindsets that I see play out daily. And this individual is one of those individuals. And they use it as an excuse of why they do what they do. And that's just unacceptable, especially if I've been through something similar or worse. So we choose how to cope as individuals, and a lot of us is choosing to bleed on those who didn't cut. them. And this individual that I've encountered is one of those individuals. I didn't cut you, so why are you bleeding on me? So now I have to guard and protect myself to make sure your blood don't fall on me. This individual is sick, been through a lot of trauma, so have I, and decided to try to traumatize others to avoid being traumatized again first. So they play a tick for tack, but it's deeper than a tick for tack because a lot of these people ain't hurting them once again. So they also play a dangerous game. Everybody gonna be affected by what I've been through growing up. If I hurt it, everybody gotta hurt. And that's what makes a lot of these narcissistic individuals happy, is to make others miserable. They love being in control. They love having the upper hand. They love to feel like they can move others around. They do it out of intention. It's intentional. They fiend for power over others, and if they don't get it, they're gonna have a problem with you, and they can take it as far as trying to physically kill you, because that's been attempted to me, and I can honestly say, in regards to this individual, it won't happen again, because I'm aware now, and that's the work. What that individual failed to realize is you messed up. Your failed attempt is the reason why the beast in me would never go back to sleep. So hold on, I want to say something that I had posted on Facebook. See, I really be dropping gems. I really do. This individual took it so far with their positive toxicity. This is positive to them. What makes an individual, see, you have to question everything, including your behavior, your intentions, and others as well. You have to question everything, motives and all. Like everyone definition of positivity is not the same. And if I didn't learn nothing else this year, I learned that my perspective is not the same as the collective. It's just not. It's just not at all. So hold on just a moment, because I want to find some. I'm not going to read the whole thing because I was talking about astrology. So I'm going to say this for one of my astrologist episodes, but I want to say like the very last sentence of what I said. Everyone who done me wrong has awakened something in me that should have never been woken, but it's too late now because what's in me will never go back to sleep, and that's the dragon in me. Like they woken something out of me that will never go back to sleep. I'm constantly alert now, and this person tried me yesterday, act like I'm just oblivious to it, like I don't get it. Oh, I get it now. What individuals fail to realize, when you're trying to attack someone and target someone who comes from the streets, you will automatically fail, especially if that person is conscious. I'm not unconscious anymore, and what is unconscious in me will always come to the light, because I will forever be duality. For duality, to master duality is to control my reality. So that individual was, I personally feel, sent to my life to awaken me in the sense of protecting myself more. Because before I had that encounter with this idiotic individual, I was lacking when it came to self-protection. And it's like, I can't do that where I come from. That's how you easily get killed. That's how you easily get mistreated. You have to be on guard 24/7 hours of the day, even in your sleep. I don't look at it as miserable, because like I said, perspective is very powerful. So I just look at it as self-care. That it became a form of me having self-care, to be overly protective of me, to be I could be paranoid in a sense, but I'm learning to substitute my paranoia with just being conscious. Just be alert. Just have self-check-ins to not avoid, but to learn how to address my paranoia. Because I don't want to bleed on those who didn't cut me, unlike this sick individual. And like I said, if I didn't learn nothing else this year, I learned that my perspective is not the same as the collective. It's just not. And I am 100% okay with that now. And now that I know that, I move differently. Like, who you know last month is not the same Cree you know now, because I'm constantly evolving. Definitely not the same Cree from last year. And that individual is shocked, because that individual is used to me responding to them in a certain way. But once I peeped game and learned from my mistakes, because one thing I learned is not to, and I'm not blaming this individual. If anything, I'm thanking this individual, because they awoken a certain level of consciousness in me that would never go back to sleep. So that's what I would thank the individual for. And I'm not playing the blame game, because I could have easily say, oh, this person the reason why I'm this person the reason why I'm that, this individual the reason why I'm this. No, you're not the reason. I'm the reason, because I chose to better myself instead of playing tick for tack. This individual is so shocked because I'm not responding in the way that they want me to respond. Now I got the upper hand. Now I make moves. You gonna have to make moves by how I play chess. You don't want to play with me. Ain't no such thing as tick for tack when you're not using the same tactics as me. There's no such thing. So I gained my power back by doing self check-ins, by evolving, by meditating, by just keeping my conscious open at all given time, and addressing my subconscious rather than ignoring it and suppressing it for the sake of trying to make something that it would never be. See, and another thing I realized this year is that I'm done looking at potential. I'm going to address potential. I'm like, okay, this is the potential. But until it become that, this is how I'm going to treat reality. This is how I will respond. I'm going to be proactive before I respond. So I'm already going to be prepared for whatever. I am not an easy lick. I am not an easy target. It's going to take a lot to destroy me. To be honest, the greatest destruction is self-destruction. There's no greater destruction than self-destruction. So I don't feel sorry for those who come for me. If you come for me, you better be prepared for me, because I'm all about self-defense by any means necessary. That's why I said that individual would never attack me in no form or way ever again, because they awakened. But I wouldn't say the Almighty did awaken something in me through meditation. And I would never let the individual come up to me like they did once before. It would never happen again. And I can bet my last breath on that. It's deep. It's real deep. It's sad because, and let me address that right quick. I'd rather be sad than sorry. So for all those to say I'm happy here, good for you. Twitter. I'm quite sure it's said on social media, on other platforms too, because I heard it somewhere else. It's a trend. You know what? Good. You happy. I'd rather be sad first and happy later. I'd rather be sad because reality ain't what I want it to be. But it's all going to resort to happiness, because I'm exactly who I want to be, and that's all that truly matters. Yeah, I'm addressing sadness and happiness all in one, because I see it for duality, for what it is, and not for what I want it to be. Because one thing I realized, if I want the world to be a better place, I have to start with me. Even what I breathe might not fulfill the needs to making the world a better place, but at the end of the day, I have to water my seed and make sure I'm what I want to be, whether the word is intact or not. And that's what I had to come to grips. You know, it's a hard pill to swallow. Like, the world is a hell of a place, because as the collective, they want it to be that way. If you want peace, you have to come together by connecting with yourself first, and a lot of individuals don't want to do that. One thing I realized yesterday, a lot of individuals want a truth, not the truth. And truth is not equivalent to real. Real is not equivalent to real. Because real what? Real fake, real nice, real evil, real happy, real what? What is the connection to it? What is the correlation? Real what? What are you real to? There's a lot of things that appear to be real, but look at where it came from. I didn't watch lies develop into truth. So it doesn't amaze me when people say, oh, I'm telling the truth. Yeah, you are telling the truth. You're telling a true lie. For example, growing up, I was told that Santa Claus is real, just to find out years later my mom and my mom's boyfriend at the time were the ones putting the gifts under the tree, and not a Caucasian guy with a white beard and white hair with a bloated belly. So like I said, a lot of individuals want a truth, not the truth. A lot of these truths are lies. They are true lies. I'm gonna pick up where I left off. I have a few health complications and I thug it out, so I had to take a break. Well, pause for a second. So, let me sit back in this chair. In this loud, squeaky chair. Okay, so where was I? Santa Claus. So the I'm not gonna get in that background. I might not upload some content about the background of Christmas and stuff, since that's coming up, and why I don't celebrate it, but that's another topic for another time. So right now, there are a lot of truth that are lies, and that's what I was saying. Like, yeah, it's true for you. It may be real to you because you saw a big bloated guy in a red white suit. So that's real to you because it's in your reality. It's in all of our reality. We all see it. And one thing I had to realize is just because it's a part of reality doesn't make it factual. Doesn't mean that it was birthed from Brahman, which is like another form of spirituality, a deeper, a higher form of spirituality. It was birthed from Maya, and I'm gonna make I got so much content coming up, so remember those two terms, Maya versus Brahman. So I want to dig deeper into this positive toxicity matter. Just because something may appear to be true doesn't mean that it's factual. Once again, yeah, it's true. That was birthed from a lie. That's why it's always important to trace everything back to its original origin, because you never know the intent behind something. You never know the motive behind something until you investigate it. So here I am, finna just dive deeper. There's a difference, and I'm going to do a whole separate episode on this. Right now, it's positive toxicity versus positive alignment. And that's the part where I'm going to separate. I'm going to do a whole episode on positive alignment. But here, since I'm talking about positive toxicity, let's dig deeper than deep. So, it is positive toxicity when it's positive to you but negative to the next. If it affects the collective in a negative way, then it's truly not positive, because it's one-sided, which makes it positive toxicity, because it's positive to you but negative to another individual. Like the pie situation. If you slice the pie in an angle where it can cut other two people's slices in half, which shorten their amount, then it may be beneficial to you, but it's a part of neglect to them, because now they're not eating the same amount as you eating, because you cut not only your slice, but a part of theirs was sliced off too. All because you don't like crushed. So you decide to cut your triangle out in the middle. Now a lot of now now those slices are affected by how you cut, by how you move. So ask yourself before you say you a positive individual. Is your way of positivity positive to the collective? In a sense to where if you were to give someone the remedy to how you stay positive, will it affect them in a negative way and benefit you in another? For example, I'm trying to dwell on, reflect what makes me happy that might not make others. I can use music as an example. There's songs I like that makes me happy. It might make others unhappy. They're like, I don't like this song. This reminds me of the time where I got a call that my auntie passed away and this song was playing in the background, so I don't like listening to it. It hurts me. It makes me sad. When, to me, I never received that phone call that someone passed that I love. So I might look at this song and be like, oh, this song makes me happy. But when that person say, oh, I don't like it because it brings back that moment where my heart dropped, I'm like, okay, I can relate to that. I just want to listen to that around you. I get it. It brings a nostalgic that you don't want to relive. I get it. And I'm going to respect that. So I'm not saying your way of positivity, you should get rid of it. However, you should do some form of adjustment if you plan on being around a collective. If you know something to hurt someone, why pursue it when you're around them? Because now it looks like you're intentionally moving in a sense that you want that individual to be hurt. And it's just certain things that's just not positive. Like I was saying earlier in this episode, you disrespecting people, lying on people, and it makes certain individuals happy to hurt others. I need to stop saying people and say individuals. Well, it don't matter. Let me just. I've been said I was gonna do a episode on terminology and haven't done it yet. Well, I'm gonna remind myself by playing this back. Anywho, there are just certain things that's not positive. Like, ask yourself, is my way of positivity harming others? Because if it is, that ain't positivity. It's negative being proposed or presented as positivity when in disguise it's not. So truly ask yourself that. Is my way of positivity beneficial, or is it a disadvantage to the collective? And one thing I learned being in college when I took this ethic class is that everyone's ethics is not the same. Like, some individuals are sick. It makes them happy to marry a 9-year-old by they're in their 20s and 30s in different countries. That don't fly here in America. And if it does, it's under the radar because a lot of kids do get molested here. I know someone who been touched when they was 2. So it's some sick shit that go on. And that literally makes certain individuals happy. And I'm like, what? That's sick. So there's some ill will shit that goes on. Like, they're just certain things. Positive toxicity is deeper than what it seems. It's deeper than how I can explain it now. But I'm doing my best to the best of my ability. So it's deeper than just happiness. It's deeper than my happiness is not your happiness. It's deeper than that. It's like a dominant effect. That's why I ain't too impressed when individuals appear to be nice. Why are you nice? What's your motive behind being nice? Because when you etymologize the word nice, that word traces back to being a fool. Whether they fooling you or being fooled. So I just look at certain terms and patterns behind that individual. I'm not impressed when a person say they're a positive individual. I'm not impressed when individuals say, I like it here. Why you like it here on this earth? If I was scamming individuals, I like it here too. If I lied on my application to get a job, I like it here too. Don't knock others for trying to live a genuine life and suffering some consequences that they shouldn't suffer, but it's not fair here. So when you trying to live a fair life, expect for a lot of unfairness to attack you. Like I said, I sacrificed my humility to be a genuine individual. When you truly positive, you have to face a lot of negative things when you're truly positive. And a lot of individuals ain't facing a lot of negative things when they are positive, because they are the toxicity within the positivity. So of course a lot of y'all would like it here. Twitter. Somebody else said it too. Oh my goodness. Somebody else said it. Who said? A lot. That's going around. Positive vibes only. Positive vibes only. If you're not positive, you can't be around me. Positive vibes only. Let me explain that. Individuals who say that are those who want others to bow down to them. If you don't make me happy, if you don't check on me, do you check on you? Don't require something from me you don't even require for yourself. Nobody call me. Nobody check on me. Do you call yourself? Do you check on yourself? Calling yourself is answering, being honest with yourself. Why am I feeling like this? Nah, let me satisfy this feeling. But nah, you ain't satisfying my feeling. I feel sad and you ain't pat me on the back. You got individuals who is like that, who will get mad because individuals don't call and check on them. I only get mad when individuals flip it on me and say, you don't call me. You don't call me either. We both don't call each other. Don't try to gaslight me into thinking it's just me when we both made an effort to not reaching out to one another. Don't do that. Because I don't take it personal when individuals don't call me. This is an unfair, wicked ass system we live in. It's a lot that goes on daily. I talk to you when I talk to you. It have to be authentic or we ain't communicating at all. I don't force myself on individuals because I don't force myself on myself. In the sense that I'm pressuring myself. Now there's in certain scenarios I do have to force myself. I have to force myself out of depression because I'm like, Cree, you have a goal to accomplish. You have to accomplish this because, honey, this is reality. Ain't no one gonna do that for you. I have goals to reach and I will reach those goals or die trying. That's how serious I am about me. And I go through so much daily. And I'm an empath on top of that. So it's like I empathize more than I sympathize because I've been through a lot. When you've been through a lot, you transform from sympathizing to empathizing because you put yourself in their shoes because you once fitted their shoes. Sympathizing is when you simply you see that they're going through something, so you would try to recommend or do what you can to make it easier on someone's hardships. But at the same time, they have to be able to do that for themselves too. Now some of us don't have certain information. Some of us don't know how to get out of depression. And that's where information come in at. So all that knocking others and stuff like that ain't cool. That ain't cool to me. That ain't cool to me at all. Like, I really had to get this off my chest. I really did. Because it's an unhealthy trend. It really is. You got to be positive. You got to be positive. If anything, you have to be balanced. Embrace the negativity as much as you embrace the positivity. Because that truly makes you positive when you address the negativity within you. Instead of justifying it. No one want to take accountability. No one wants to be responsible. I'm not asking for individuals to be responsible for others. Be responsible for yourself. Because when you're responsible for yourself, if you are put in a position where you have to be responsible for others, it wouldn't be such a hard time doing that or implementing that because you're first responsible for yourself. So it's not that I don't. It's not that I don't get individuals. I get it. I just don't. I don't respect it. What I get, I don't respect. It's sickening. It is. This trend gotta end. I know it's not though, because it benefits. Negative traits benefit others in the sense where they're positive, but it's causing a negative effect on others. You're not balanced, sweetheart, because when you're balanced, you will realize your positivity will be based off of you correcting your negative ways. Because that's what my positivity based off of. My positivity is based off me addressing the negative in me. I know I can be cold-hearted. So I try to present myself in a warm way, but a lot of individuals take that for granted. So now I'm a guarded individual. I'm a guarded individual, not in the sense where it's going to cause a negative effect on individuals. It would if they're not comfortable with themselves. If you're not comfortable with yourself, you're going to be discomfort when you're around me, because I wouldn't put on this earth to satisfy no one but myself. Your satisfaction have to be self-satisfaction. Only those who care for themselves can be around me, because if you don't care for yourself, you're not going to like me. Because you're going to feel that I can't do nothing for you. So you ain't going to want to be around me. My energy forces people to take their responsibility and accountability into their own hands, and not a lot of individuals want that. That's why a lot of individuals don't be around me. So what's deemed as negative, see, and here's the versatility behind that. Here's the vice versa. What's negative to someone else might be positive to someone else. Taking care of myself, that's positive to me, but it could be negative to someone who don't take care of themselves, because they can look at me as a selfless person. That's not the case. In order for me to be helpful for someone else, I have to be helpful for myself. The greatest thing I can do for the next being is being an example. That's the best thing I'm willing to do. And if that's not good enough, then nothing will never be good enough. A lot of individuals don't want to be observant. They just they want hands out. They want individuals to do stuff for them. That ain't cool. That ain't what I'm rocking with. So when it comes to the topic of negativity, positivity, look at the intent behind it. Just don't look at the words. Look at the meaning, because everybody meaning ain't the same. What's negative to you might be positive to me, and what's positive to me might be negative to you. In order to make sense of the two, you have to look at the end result. There's a thin line between positivity and negativity, and that's confirmation. That's clarification rather than confirmation. Clarification. The clarification comes from the end result. Is it really negativity for me to care for me? Because if you was to care for you in a similar way, it don't have to be the exact same way. If you was to care for you in a similar way that I care for me, then would it be so negative for me to care for me first before I care for you? So look at the end result of things, and you will get your answer of what's really negative, what's really positive. Look at the end result. The end result ain't hard to find. It ain't hard to discover. All you have to do is trace things back. And like I said, people don't want to put in emotion. They want the motion to be put in for them. And that's why we stuck in this hell of a cycle that we're in, called the Matrix. The system was designed by the collective. Well, it was really designed by the elite, which is a small population of individuals, off the simple fact that they use observation as a weapon rather than a healing tool. But that's another topic for another discussion. It's deep. So if y'all didn't hear nothing else or gained anything from this, gain this. If you truly want to know the difference between positivity and negativity, look at the end result. Look at how it affects everyone, not just yourself, everyone. Would I recommend this to everybody? Or better yet, you don't even have to say recommend. Ask yourself, everything you do, everything you say, if this was done or said to me, how will I accept this? That saying goes a long way. Treat people how you want to be treated. A lot of y'all treat individuals how y'all was treated growing up in a negative way. Like I said, that it's that narcissism versus empaths. Narcissists versus empaths. It's deep. I would go deeper than say it's deeper than just treating people how you want to be treated. Because how you want to be treated might be different from how someone else want to be treated. It's that deep. So I can honestly say, just treat yourself well. Be an example. And just let the rest internalize from there. Oh, this person take care of themselves. Let me take care of myself. How I take care of myself may be different, but at least I have an example that it's possible you can take care of yourself. Like, if you can't have that type of result, then that should let you know right there that's you have a negative effect on individuals, and your positivity ain't that much of a, it ain't positive like you assume it to be, if it only benefits you. Some individuals may need a little razzle dazzle within a remedy. some may use honey, some may use lemon. At the end of the day, they're using something rather than being misused by something. It's just, you just have to look at the end result of things. You really do. You have to look at the end result. You have to be attentive and aware and conscious. Because that's what everything boils down to at the end of the day, too. Like, the more I keep having conversations, the word conscious keep coming up. You have to be conscious. Matter of fact, if you ain't heard nothing I said on this episode, take the word conscious with you. You want to know the difference between positivity and negativity? Be conscious. Be conscious enough to know everybody's perspective is not the same. I'm not saying be a part of the collective. Comprehend the collective, though. Comprehend it. You can't experience a roadmap if you're not on the road. Yo, this positive toxicity trend is on the rise. Y'all stay conscious out here. For real. Stay conscious out here. Stay conscious or get knocked unconscious. For real. Stay conscious out here. Make sure what makes you happy and what makes you say, I love it here. Make sure you love it here. I don't even want to put it in that sense. So before you say you love it here on this planet, make sure it's love that you give. Because some of y'all ain't giving love. Y'all say y'all love it here on this planet. Yeah, because you scamming people. You mistreating individuals. That's why you love it. So make sure your love is coming from a pure place. Because that trend is, that positive toxicity is really on the rise. It really is. So the next time you say you loved her, make sure you know that what you love is of pure intent. Because if it's not, just keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say nothing. Because there are empaths out here like myself. We be expressing ourselves. We be expressing what we see. There's a lot of messed up things on this planet. I'm not finna keep that on the hush because you love it here. Of course you love it here because you love accommodating. You live in a bubble. You love the lie. You found comfort in lies. I don't. You learned how to live in lies. I learned how to reject and rebel against lies. And that comes with hurt. That comes with sadness. That comes with frustration. At the end of the day, when you're an empath, you sacrifice your external happiness, but you gain a sense of internal happiness. A lot of my happiness comes from within. It doesn't come from my outer experience. There's a sense, I never truly got it. I thought I did. I'm like, the truth hurt. Yeah, because a lot of people don't want to accept it. It's deeper than that. The truth really do hurt. Because you really do have to sacrifice external things. A lot of external things. And one of the main factors is your happiness. Your external happiness. Because it's not happiness overall. Like, yeah, you might find joy in a few things externally. But for the majority of the time, you're just looking at things for what it is and for what you not want, for what it is and not what you want it to be. Like, you're like, Dad, there really is kids out here homeless. When they don't have to be. Dad, the government really out here robbing individuals. Why you care about stuff you can't change and woo 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 woo. Okay, and why you care not to care? I'm not questioning your response to life. Why question mine? Ain't nothing you can do about it. You can't fix the world. No, but I can fix myself. You're right, I can't fix the world. I'm not finna be in denial and say I don't feel what's going on in the world because you learned how to numb yourself. Everybody ain't willing to numb themselves. Some can't even numb themselves. Once you exposed to a certain form of truth, you can't unsee that unless you go through dementia. Like, there's certain things I was exposed to that I cannot unsee now. And it hurts. But at the end of the day, I'd rather to have something that's factual, that's actually real, based off deeper than just reality, but the form of where it came from. That is not part of illusion. Make believe. No. This is something that will last. It's deeper than just lasting, but it's deep. I really can't explain it for real. When something is real, it'll hit your intuitive nerve. It will hit a nerve that's deeper than anything that's external. So I'm gonna leave it on this note. Stay conscious out here. Have meaning behind what you say. If you out here on this fake positive journey, knowing that your positivity is causing a negative effect on others, keep your opinions on the hush. Just shut up. If that's you, if you fit that description, just shut up. Don't say nothing. Let karma do the talking. Because individuals really out here reaping what they sow, whether it's internal or external. You're gonna reap what you sow one way or another. So I'm gonna leave it on that note, and like I said, I'm gonna do an episode on this again, where when my living condition is in another predicament, just to see, like, would I still agree with this? Would my perspective change? I would just love to see that. I would love to see that difference, if there is a difference. Because I might just say, nah, I still feel the same. Like, the world is still a messed up system. It's deeper than just, oh, things not going my way, so the world messed up. No, the world gonna be messed up regardless, whether things are going well for me or not. And I'm gonna test that. I'm gonna test me, my character. So yeah. Until next time, Adagayudi and Wadahaida Kadish.